Shalom, shalom, and welcome. This is Yashar'al, Living Orders and Commands. It is an end-time series for those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father, the Almighty Creator. We have entered into a time known as end times. The final days of man as we know it in these earthen vessels approach. There are many prophecies that have been written that are starting to unfold before our very eyes. And I believe that the Almighty Creator knows the heart and mind of all. He sees all. He knows the very intent of each and every individual. And what many of us fail to realize is that in end-time prophecies, something that is extraordinary is that it lists 144,000 Hebrews, 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes of Yashar'al that will emerge. It also states that there will be a great multitude of many nations, kindreds, tribes, and tongues gathered from the four corners of the earth under the banner of Yashar'al during these final days to wait at a specific place in the region known as the Middle East. Specifically, I am compelled to believe at the set-apart mountain of true Mount Sinai, which is commonly known as Jabal located in the northwest quadrant of what is known as Saudi Arabia. Do not fret, do not fear, for the power and might of the Almighty Father is about to be unleashed like never before, and there is nothing, no one, no government, no system, nor beast that will be able to stop the fulfillment of end-time prophecies. Believe it or not, all that is described in Revelation is about to be unleashed during our lifetimes. With that said, my brothers and sisters, this segment is entitled Days Shortened. My brothers and sisters, over the emerging times, we will learn how to adjust our perceptions as we discover the true functional meaning of discernment. Discernment is when the living spirit of Yahushua make alive all communications from the written scriptures to him. The written scriptures. As he make his communications that he speaks to us alive, made known to us as he speaks through us one towards another, and by his chosen leaders or sent messengers, Malachim, commonly known as angels. I know, my brothers and sisters, that unbelief is one of the most damaging positions among those pursuing righteousness or set-apartness, and we will witness being delivered from such strongholds. Unbelief can be managed by adjusting our perception and receiving wise instructions connected to the Spirit of Yahushua, as our eyes and ears are made open. If you are hearing these words, the word Mashiach is commonly used in place of the word Messiah. They are used often interchangeably. My brothers and sisters, the title of this segment again is Days Shortened. While many scholars are scrambling to understand what is meant by our days being shortened, the Spirit of Yahushua makes known to those who have ears to hear and eyes to see what that indeed means and what will happen. If you don't know what I am referencing, consider Matthew 24:22. It reads as follows: And if those days were not shortened, no flesh would be saved, but for the sake of the chosen ones, those days shall be shortened. Who has considered the rotation of the earth and the various time zones established due to the planet's position to the sun and moon in rotation? Currently, there are roughly 24 to 25 different time zones depending on which reference you use. Consider this, O Yashar'al. If you live in the Western Hemisphere, you are probably in the Eastern, Central, Mountain, Pacific, Alaskan, or Hawaiian time zone, respectively. Are you aware that if you live in California and had to travel east beyond the Pacific time zone that you lose time? Are you aware that if you live in California and had to journey eastward to Virginia, for example, you would possibly lose 3 hours? Consider this. Have you heard or experienced personally firsthand, or are you aware that traveling from the west to the far east, people have expressed jet lag because of the different time zones? Are you aware if you lived in California and had to travel to Virginia, for example, you could possibly lose 3 hours? Consider this, my brothers and sisters. This, depending on placement and motion, days can be shortened. But let me also add, my brothers and sisters, that there are other phenomenal things that are occurring that I will mention later on in this segment regarding time in the Earth rotation. My brothers and sisters, there's a difference of roughly 7 hours from Virginia to the area known as Jerusalem. Here we would lose even more time. And if you were to travel this distance, you would lose from the East Coast, Virginia, or South, is known as the South, from Virginia to Jerusalem, you would lose the equivalent of 7 hours, roughly a third of a day. And if it was from California to Jerusalem, it would no doubtly be a little over a third of a day. Consider this. If we begin to witness mass movement from the four corners of the earth, and many are coming from the Western Hemisphere, truly days will be shortened. It will fulfill what is written. Who have heard of people experiencing jet lag, as I mentioned earlier, due to abrupt change in time? Who has heard of individuals communicating on one side of the planet say or state that it is dark while on the other side of the planet it is daylight? I have stated over and over again that I believe the Spirit of Yeshua has revealed to me understanding of what it means for the days to be shortened. And I believe that truthfully there will be some extra phenomenal things that will occur to even contribute to the days being shortened even more. I believe without a doubt, as cataclysmic conditions, chaotic situations and circumstances, as our environment become more degraded, as we witness comets fall from the space to the earth rather, we will see habitable places on this planet roll up like a scroll. In other words, they will become uninhabitable, forcing man back to the area where life began. If you were to perform a little research on the conditions in California and many other states west of the Mississippi, it would not be too hard for you to discover that drought is spreading widely. Prolonged drought is making it difficult to grow crops and raise cattle, to produce food. It is only a matter of time before the lack of fresh water will also affect food supply and people will begin to migrate eastward in the United States. My brothers and sisters, though many are praying and expecting conditions to get better, I assure you, man's greed and neglect has fully ushered in end times where the wrath of the Almighty Father Yahuwah has indeed begun. It would be wise to come out of denial and recognize the sign of the times. Adding to the conditions which I have spoken to repeatedly, there's a plan that includes fulfilling all that is written. We are also taught and instructed to be mindful of the signs from the heavens. Who is aware that there's a planet that have entered our solar system that pose a threat to planet Earth? Many by now may have heard of it. It is known as Planet X or Nibiru or Wormwood and even more names. Recently I stumbled on a recording by a man by the name of Gil Broussard. His name is spelled Broussard, Gil Broussard, and he introduced some interesting information regarding Planet X. And from his perspective, he has chosen to call it Planet 7X so that it would be consistent with the data that he presents. And the data he presents, I must admit, my brothers and sisters, are very compelling, and my spirit is at peace believing these words to be real. I suggest that you Google or use your search engine and search out what is said about Planet 7X. And look at the dates, my brothers and sisters. Some phenomenal things are coming. Some phenomenal things regarding the rotation of the earth and the measurement of time, the shortening of days, and much more. My brothers and sisters, soon we will come to realize the life in scriptures and come to understand much more clearly our purpose the tasks that are ordained by the Most High Father and the details ahead. There will be forced transitions. There will be forced migration. And they will prove to be during a time when days have indeed been literally shortened. As we move from one point to the next, journeying eastward. Yes, there will also be brothers and sisters who will journey east from the east as we journey from the west. No, I am not oblivious to these matters. Praise Yahushua Messiah, our Mashiach, for making known and clear to me, and to you, and to those who are able to discern the life in these words. The days are coming where we will come to know the importance of the following passage like never before. Colossians 4:5 says, walk in wisdom toward those who are outside, redeeming the time. Truly, truly, my brothers and sisters, we have found favor with the Most High Father to experience witnessing many end-time prophecies unfold during our lifetime. The time is now to man up, to gird up, to be strong, to begin to recognize that the precious time we have been given by the Almighty Father is the beginning of our last days before the physical return of Yahushua Messiah. What say you, O Yashar'al? Are you ready to yield to the living voice, the living commands from the Almighty Father, sent through us, to us, one towards another, and through his chosen leaders? Are you ready to respond to the words from the mighty one above? Rise up, my brothers. Lift your heads up, my sisters. Awaken, my family, Yashar'al. For we will be gathered, and proof will soon emerge, and the world will witness an awakening nation. Days shortened have been made possible for our sake. Let us praise the Most High Father unwaveringly and with much love and worship. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, know this. There's much work to be done. With details, there will be movement among Yashar'al, who will fulfill the gathering of the 144,000 in great multitude, consisting of many nations, kindreds, tribes, and tongues. The 144,000, true Hebrews, Arbi, 12,000 representing each of the 12 tribes of Yashar'al, together with Gentiles, Goyim, other nations, and many others who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father, grafted as one under the banner of Yashar'al. Rise up, my family. Proof will indeed emerge. Until next time, I invite you to press forward with an earnest mind, body, and soul to discern and respond to the living orders and commands, the living instructions that are going forth. Let us realize we are witnessing something extraordinary, and the time is now to respond, my brothers and sisters. I encourage you to begin having discussions with brothers and sisters and families in camps and groups and assemblies. Discuss these matters and the possible details you believe you are receiving, and be prepared, my brothers and sisters, for there will be something extraordinary, something phenomenal, something that words cannot express, that will indeed prove an emerging nation, refined, disciplined, and structured by the power and might of the Almighty Father Yahuwah through Yahushua Messiah. Until next time, continue to endure. I invite you to continue tuning in to Yashar'al, Living Orders and Commands. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.